Hey guys, MGX4Fun here. Welcome to EDH Commanders How to Build Them, Episode 2. In the comments from the first video, somebody wanted me to do Thromok the Insatiable. So he's a 0/0 for 5, Legendary Hellion with Devour X, where X is the number of creatures devoured this way. And what Devour is when it comes into play, when the creature comes into play, you sacrifice a creature. You may sacrifice any number of creatures, and you get a +1/+1 counter for every creature you sacrifice. So if it had Devour 2, every creature that you sacrifice would give the creature with Devour 2 +1/+1 counters instead. Now he has Devour X, where X is the number of creatures devoured this way. So if I devour 5 creatures, he comes into play with 20 +1/+1 counters on him. 25, sorry. He comes into play with 25 because if I devoured 2, he'd come into play with 4 +1/+1 counters. He's a really cool general. I didn't know about him until somebody recommended him in the comments on the first video. I might have to build around him because he looks like he'd be really fun to play. But yeah, he can be played 2 ways. You can either play him token generation, or you can play him just mana ramp big fatties and then sack all of them. Or you can play with cards like the worm, that when it dies you get a bunch of 1/1s, and then you devour all of those. I mean, he's such a versatile general. Like, there's so many ways you can build around him. It's really cool. So let's for this particular episode, we're gonna go over the token generation. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so the first card we have that's really good with Thromok is Dragonlair Spider. They actually were in the same Plague Chase deck when they came out. Coincidence, huh? But he is a 5/6 for 6 with reach, and whenever an opponent casts a spell, put a 1/1 green insect into the battlefield. If they don't kill this, it's going to get out of hand. You're going to have like 10 tokens, and then Thromok's going to come in as 100/100. I mean, it's really ridiculous. If you don't play this card with Thromok, your deck's not going to do too well. It's such a good card. It's really good with a lot of different generals, with the exception of things like Riku or Animar or something like that. But if you have the colors, I mean, like Jund, you put this in Jund, that'd be perfect. I never realized how good Dragonlair Spider was until the Commander's Arsenal came out and I reread it for the first time. But yeah, it's really good, and definitely need it in Thromok. The next card we're going to go over is the next card is Dragon Broodmother. It is a 4/4 for 5/6. Yeah, 4/4 for 6, sorry. With flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put a 1/1 red and green dragon with Devour 2 into play. It's just more token generation, and if they keep killing your general, just use that little dragon token to devour a bunch of creatures on the field and swing for game with that. I mean, the whole point of Devour is to... Oh, excuse me. Still not tired. The whole point of Devour is to make your dude really big so you can swing in and kill them. There's nothing really more to it. Yeah. I wouldn't say this card was a must-have in this deck, but it definitely is really good. So yeah. The next card is Predatory Advantage. Now, this card may not seem like it's that good, but if you're facing a deck that doesn't play a lot of creatures, or say you're facing like Riz or something, having a token come into play does not count as them playing a creature. So if they're playing some kind of cheeky general like that, or they're playing tokens like you are, you're going to be getting a 2/2 lizard every turn, and eventually you're just going to swarm them and kill them. Um, it's a little high at 5 cost. I would maybe make it like 3 or 4, but it's really not that bad. I mean, there's better cards, obviously. Like, Goblin Assault would probably be better than this. I'm not going to go over Goblin Assault because it's not... I wouldn't necessarily put it in this deck, but I would definitely put Predatory Advantage in just because of what it does. Like, it's really good. They don't play a creature, you get a creature every turn, so you get a chump blocker, and if they flash in a creature, I mean, you just have something to block with, really. That's all it's doing is creating blockers for you. Yeah. The next card we're going to go over. The next card is Ulash the Hate Seed. It's a 0/0 for 4. It comes into play with a 1/1 counter on it for each other red creature you control, and a 1/1 counter on it for each other green creature you control. So, I mean, it's really good as far as cards go. You have a bunch of tokens out with like Dragon Broodmother or something, and that just becomes ridiculous, and then you pay 1 to remove a 1/1 counter, and you can either deal a point of damage to a creature or put a 1/1 green sapling into play to feed your Thromok. So this card's ridiculous in this deck.